Hello everyone, welcome back. Today's session will help you to understand how to troubleshoot HSRP, Hot Standby Router Protocol. I am assuming that you know how HSRP works and how to configure HSRP. We will discuss few common scenarios which comes whenever we are dealing with HSRP, like HSRP active active, HSRP active unknown, HSRP unknown unknown, or your HSRP state is flapping, or maybe you are receiving duplicate packets for HSRP MAC address. Okay, let's say I have configured HSRP on R1 and R2. We may encounter different issues like HSRP active active. As per this output, R1 is saying I am the active router and I don't know who is the standby router for this particular group. At same time, R2 is saying I am the active router and I don't know who is the standby router for this particular group. What does it mean? It means R1 and R2 is not able to exchange HSRP hellos with each other, or not able to process HSRP hellos received from each other. Make sense? Let's discuss another case, HSRP active unknown. As per this output at R2, R2 is saying I am the standby router and R1 who has IP address 192.168.10.2 is active router for this particular group. At same time, R1 is saying I am the active router and I don't know who is standby router for this particular group. What does it mean? It means R2 is able to receive and process HSRP hellos sent by R1. At same time, R1 is not able to receive HSRP hellos sent by R2, or not able to process HSRP hellos sent by R2. Let's discuss another case, HSRP unknown unknown. We may see a scenario where both R1 and R2 or one of them is saying active is unknown and standby is also unknown. As per this output, R1 is saying active is unknown, also standby is unknown, right? How will you start troubleshooting in case if you encounter such issues? Here is the checklist. I request you to follow this checklist in case if you encounter HSRP issues like HSRP active active, HSRP active unknown, or HSRP unknown unknown. Let me go through the topology. As per this topology, we have two routers R1, R2, which is connected via switch 1, switch 2. Let's say I have configured two subinterfaces, FS0 by 0.10, FS0 by 0.20 on both the routers. As well as I have configured HSRP for both the subinterfaces. And HSRP is working fine for FS0 by 0.10. However, HSRP is not working as expected for another subinterface FS0 by 0.20. So how will you start? So first thing is we have to verify IP connectivity between R1 and R2 using ping command. When I say R1, R2, I am talking about a problematic subinterface FS0 by 0.20. If we are able to ping from R1 to R2 or vice versa, means layer 1 means we have isolated layer 1 and layer 2 between R1 and R2, as well as IP address and subnet mask is configured properly between R1 and R2 for this particular subinterface. Correct? Let's assume ping is not working between R1 and R2 for this particular subinterface. In that case, we have to start with first point. First thing is we have to make sure whether R1 and R2 have unique IP address and subnet mask is configured properly for this particular subinterface. Okay, let's say IP address and subnet mask is fine for this particular subinterface. In that case, second thing we have to verify whether VLAN 20, as this particular subinterface is part of VLAN 20, so whether that particular VLAN is created on switch 1 and switch 2 or not. If not created, please create it and make sure whether that particular VLAN is passed on this interface as well as on these interface. Same way on switch 2, make sure that particular VLAN is passed on this interface as well as on these interface. Let's say you have corrected layer 2 configuration on switch 1 and switch 2. Still, HSRP is not working as expected. So at this point, we have verified IP address configuration between R1 and R2 for this particular subinterface FS0x0.20, as well as we verified that VLAN 20 is configured on switch 1 as well as on switch 2 and passed on these interfaces. Correct? Now we have to verify HSRP configuration for this particular subinterface, where we have to make sure that HSRP group number and HSRP virtual IP address, HSRP VIP is same on R1 and R2. Let's assume HSRP group number and standby IP address or VIP configuration is perfectly fine between R1 and R2. However, our HSRP is not working properly. What next? So we have to verify access list configuration, where we have to make sure that we are not filtering HSRP. I mean to say, we are not filtering HSRP multicast address 224.0.0.2 or 102, as well as we are not filtering UDP port number 1985 between R1 and R2 on this particular subinterface. Okay, at this point, your HSRP should work as expected. But in case if HSRP is still not working as expected, in that case, I request you to verify these additional checks. Verify CPU utilization on R1 and R2, as well as verify your core policy status. Maybe due to high CPU utilization or control plane violation, device is not able to process HSRP hellos, or HSRP hellos are getting dropped at COP level. Okay, so we have to make sure, okay, CPU is normal and we are not seeing drop in HSRP class for HSRP packet. Okay, what needs to be checked if you have configured HSRP on a switch? Checks will be same. Only thing is we have to make sure, okay, SVI interface is up. In case if SVI is not up, I request you to make sure you have L2 VLAN created, as well as make sure you have one physical port assigned to that particular interface and STP is working fine for that particular VLAN. Okay, if you have verified these things, your HSRP has to work as expected. We will have a look on this in lab in a while. Let's discuss other case where HSRP state is flapping and you are getting state change error messages continuously. These error messages indicates the loss of HSRP hellos between HSRP peer R1 and R2. When you are troubleshooting these error messages, you must verify the communication between HSRP peer. You can use continuous ping between R1 and R2. The momentary loss of data communication between HSRP peer is most common problem that result these error messages. This could be due to high CPU utilization, or maybe it's an indication of STP problem, spanning tree problem, or maybe it's a problem of physical layer. Maybe your interface is flapping. So whenever you are encountering these error messages, I request you to verify data communication between HSRP peers, verify CPU utilization, verify whether your STP is stable or not, verify physical layer connectivity throughout the path. Make sense? Let's discuss other case where we are receiving duplicate packets for HSRP MAC address, which is ending with AC02. These error messages indicates that there is a problem with STP. I mean to say STP loop may cause these error messages. Or maybe there is a device configuration issue. Due to that, you may see these error messages. Basically, these error message means device got his own packet, or maybe someone else is using this particular MAC address. Make sense?
Okay guys, let's start with practical part. As I said before, R1 is connected to switch 1, R2 is connected to switch 2, and you can verify using show CDP neighbor command. Switch 1 and switch 2 is interconnected. You can again verify using show CDP neighbor command. Whenever you are starting with troubleshooting, make sure you have good understanding about topology. Okay, so I'm starting with HSRP. Let's say I have configured 4 subinterfaces and I have configured HSRP for all subinterfaces. HSRP is working fine for Ethernet 0x0.40 as expected, but HSRP is not working as expected for other 3 interfaces, 3 subinterfaces. So how will you start troubleshooting? I always recommend you to follow this checklist, which says we have to make sure physical layer is fine, IP addresses are configured properly, L2 is configured properly, and HSRP configuration is fine. We are not blocking HSRP hellos and UDP port 1985. Okay, let me start with troubleshooting part. So we will start with one subinterface. Let's say I'm starting with Ethernet 0x0.10. First thing is I have to make sure subinterface is up and IP address is configured properly. Okay, so IP address is, we have IP address 192.168.10.2 and prefix is /24. Line protocol is up. Same way we will verify on R2. Okay, at R2 again line protocol is up and R2 has unique IP address 10.3 and R1 and R2 is in same subnet, right? Let's do ping test. You can use 192.168.10.2. We are not able to ping from R2 to R1. Okay, what next? Our checklist says verify L2 VLAN configuration, where you have to make sure that L2 VLAN is created throughout the path and passed throughout the path. Okay, so for that, let's do show run interface Ethernet 0x0.10. So our VLAN is VLAN 10. Encapsulation .1q. This number represent your VLAN ID. Okay, so this particular sub interface is part of VLAN 10. So let's make sure we have VLAN 10 configured on switch 1. Yes, we do have the VLAN L2 VLAN on switch 1. And this L2 VLAN is passed towards R1. Ethernet 0x0 is going towards R1, and Ethernet 0x2 and 3 is going towards switch 2. So we have passed this VLAN towards switch 2 as well as R1. We are good at switch 1. Let's do the same on switch 2. Okay. So VLAN ID 10. We don't have VLAN L2 VLAN configured on switch 2. So let's configure it. Okay. And I configured VLAN. Now I have to verify. Okay. I have configured VLAN 10, and this VLAN 10 is passed towards Ethernet 0x2, 1, 3, 1x0. But it is not passed towards R2. It is passed towards switch 1, but it is not passed towards R2. So we have to make sure, okay, we are passing this particular VLAN towards R2. So let's do switch port trunk, allowed VLAN. Wait, don't forget to add keyword. Okay, we are adding VLAN 10. Let's verify VLAN 10 is passed towards R2, the interface which is going towards R2. Now, let's verify ping test once again. So it should ping, or maybe not. If not, then what else? I request you to wait for a while because STP conversions will come in picture. Okay, so we are able to ping from R2 to R1. Let's verify HSRP status. However, you got the message for the same, but still you can verify using show standby command, and you can see like HSRP is working fine for Ethernet 0x0.10. Okay, same way you can do on show standby brief on R1. Okay, so here what we noticed, like L2 VLAN was not configured on switch 2 and was not passed towards R2. And we corrected the configuration and HSRP started working fine. Let's have a look on other sub interface. Okay, so show IP interface Ethernet 0x0.20 line address. Okay, so line protocol is up, IP address is configured 20.2 192.168.20.2, prefix is /24. Let's verify the same on R2. Do we have IP configured? Unique IP address configured on R2, as well as subnet mask is same /24. Okay, they belongs from same subnet. Line protocol is up. One interesting thing for Ethernet 0 by 0.20. On R2, R2 is saying I am the standby, and R1 who has IP address 192.168.20.2 is active router for this particular group. But at R1, at same time, R1 is saying I am the active router for this particular group and I don't know who is standby. What does it mean? We discussed this. It means R2 is able to receive and able to process HSRP hellos sent by R1. However, R1 is not able to receive or maybe not able to process HSRP hellos sent by R2. Okay, let's verify what checklist says. Checklist says verify the access list configuration. For that, let me do show run interface 0 by 0.20 and have a look. Do you have ACL configured on that particular subinterface? In this particular environment, yes. Let's verify what this access list all about. Okay, so in this particular access list, we are blocking UDP port number 1985. Let me correct this using IP access list, extended, your ACL name, and then you can remove the sequence number 10. Okay, now let me verify, show standby brief. Okay, it's started working. Okay, so in first scenario, we noticed that there was no layer 2 VLAN configured on switch 2. In second case, we noticed that access list was dropping HSRP packets on R1. Let's have a look on third subinterface, which is 0 by 0.30. Again, I always recommend you to start with your approach, which says verify the interface status and IP address configuration. In this particular example, we notice that this particular subinterface is admin down. Okay, let's do it on R2 as well. It's up on R2. So let me make it up and see the status of HSRP. Okay, I did that. Now Ethernet 0 by 0.30 is saying I am the active and I don't know who is standby. Maybe convergence is happening yet. Yes. Now HSRP hellos exchanged between R1 and R2 for this particular sub interface, and it started showing R1 is active and R2 is standby. So this checklist is very important whenever you are troubleshooting HSRP. Okay, hope this was useful. Thank you so much.